Hey friends, during this Holy Week I'm going to post several videos to help focus our minds on the actions and attitudes of Jesus. You can view them right here on my Facebook feed, or you can go to the church's YouTube channel, which I'll provide a link for in my Facebook feed and through email this week. In 1963, Leslie Gore released a hit song, "It's My Party." Many of us would know the words to it. "It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to, cry if I want to, cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you." Now, of course, Leslie's main character is a young woman who's holding a party at her home, and she finds out that her boyfriend, Johnny, has rejected her for a new girl, Judy. And in that song, we find this tension. Really, it is the tension of Palm Sunday. You look at Luke chapter 19, verses 28 through 44, and you find that there is this wonderfully mixed emotion regarding Palm Sunday. Jesus sees all of his followers. They come out to this beautifully staged fulfillment of a Zechariah prophecy. Your king will come to you, humble, riding on a donkey. And there it is. And they begin to wave palm branches in victory. They lay their cloaks down on the road in front of him. There are praises being sung. They're singing the messianic psalms like Psalm 118. They are giving the refrain that the angels gave, maybe a little different, but they are singing the same song that the angels sang at the birth of Christ from Luke chapter 2, verse 14. Glory in the highest. Of course, the angel said peace on earth, and the people on Palm Sunday said peace in heaven. And the part that we miss, we get enraptured with the joy of Palm Sunday and the delight of this kind of coming out party. This is the first full-on public announcement that Jesus is Messiah. And we focus on that and we miss verses 41 through 44. And as Jesus crests the rise and begins to see this panoramic view of the city of Jerusalem, he begins a full-on weeping experience. It overwhelms him because internally he can see exactly what's going to happen to the city of Jerusalem. Because of the religious leaders' rejection of him as the peace of God and the King of Israel, the city of Jerusalem under the rule of Titus in AD 70 will be completely destroyed. The Temple Mount will be gone. And he begins to grieve about what will happen because they have rejected him as the Messiah. And in this picture, we see the beauty and the compassion of our God. He accepts the joy and the praises of those who believe in him and follow him. And on the flip side of that, he grieves deeply over his opponent's rejection and refusal of his identity. And in that we can find great comfort. Our God is a God who cares about us. And friends, if he cares that much about his opponents, that he would be in a complete convulsive weeping on Palm Sunday as he approaches the city, he is a God of great compassion. The entire Passion Week story from Luke 19 all the way through Luke 24 is a story of God's compassion, bookended on each end by the grief of God and the agony of crucifixion. Is this beautiful story of the love of God poured out for humanity. So I'd invite you to join with me this week. Let's read Luke 19 through 24. Let's meditate on the great compassion of God and ask questions like, why is Christ doing this? Why is he saying these things? Why is he telling these stories? This is a great week for us to spend time meditating on the gift of love that God has given us through Jesus Christ and to see the depth of compassion that he offers us. A God who cares that much about his opponents to the point where he will grieve so deeply over their rejection of him and its judgment outcome is a God that we can trust and a God that we should admire. So join me this week as we share some devotionals together, read through these passages, and let's focus our hearts on the giving, caring love of our God.